And then now, so for the CRV, I have the radio in there now, which is this Kenwood head unit, and there's Kenwood 6.5-inch speakers in the doors and in the back. So I'm gonna be changing those out and putting these are all 6.5-inch, 2 massive and 2 CT sound speakers, and then audio pipe tweets, and a 1,000-watt amp for these 4. And then I don't know if I'm gonna use the horn. I don't know if I'm gonna use the horn, but. And then I'll have this box, and I got the wiring kits for both, and then speaker wire. So I'll be showing you guys a little bit of me putting that in. So I'm gonna start by pulling out the head unit, and then I'll be taking off the 2 front door. Okay, sushi. I'm gonna take out the two front door panels, and then I'm probably gonna have the mid-range amp under the passenger side seat, and nobody will step on it or anything. Obviously, it'll be under the seat. And then the those back 2 speakers run the wires back through the plastics. And okay, so with the back speakers, so everything will be underneath the passenger side seat for the mid-range. So for these 2 back speakers, what I'll do is run the wire from this speaker, and I'll run it across and around to the floor. So all the mid-range will be on one side to the amp underneath this seat. And then for my bass, I'll have all like the RC and everything run down that side, this panel, all the way through the carpet to the back. And I'll have the amp mounted. I don't really know where I want to mount the amp yet for that, because I pretty much want it out of the way. I might mount it underneath the carpet or something and run wires up. I don't know yet, because it might overheat down there. So I don't know. We'll find out and see. So I just pulled out the Kenwoods, and I'm putting in the CT sounds now. But I have to wire from this side all the way through underneath that side, and this one's gonna go down here underneath the passenger side seat. So look who's mad. So for removing the head unit, you're gonna start by removing the screw right here on that lower panel. Next, you want to go ahead and pull this lower plastic piece off. Those are just two clips, and 2 on the sides. They have these. So that's all you got to pull out. Then there's going to be 2 screws at the bottom, right here and right here. Mine are missing though. And you guys are also going to have one right behind the glove box right there. Now once you remove that screw, if you drop this lower pocket, you're going to notice that there's a screw, 2 screws right here, and 2 screws right here. So basically, after you finish those 4 screws for that little box down there, you're going to want to come over here. And for the glove box, it has this tab and this tab. You're going to want to stick your finger on the other side of this and just pretty much like, push it through. Once you release those clips, then your glove box should be able to drop down. And that's just to get to that screw down here to unscrew that. Alright, so once you have all those screws undone, all you're going to want to do is pull back on here like that. The other side, work it back evenly, and you're ready to disconnect all these connectors for the cigarette lighter and the light inside the ashtray. And once you do that, this is ready to come out. So now to get the radio out. So on the sides, you're gonna see a screw right here that's holding, it's on each side. Once you unscrew those screws, it's pretty much securing this whole system in, which is the radio and the climate control. You just want to go ahead and put your hand behind it and pretty much push it out. So I'm gonna try to do this with the camera in my hand. So once you push it out like that, you want to catch it. All right, cool. With your other hand, kind of wiggle it out, and then there you go. You have it. Your radio is out. Undo all your connections, and that's how you get back to it. And then putting it back is the same thing reversed. So just remember those steps. Okay, so right now I ran the power cables for both the mid-range amp and the sub. They both run along the firewall with the fuses mounted right there, continuing across and going down into that grommet. After that, underneath, runs from under here, that grommet, in the car. Power wire for the mid-range amp is I'm gonna run it across here, run it down, and then under the passenger side seat. Then for the sub, I was gonna run it all the way back. I had the power wire and everything, the RCAs and the remote running all the way back here, but then there's no point for it to be all the way back there. I figure I just mount it underneath the driver's side seat. Plus I usually have the AC on in here, so sorry real quick. When I mount it here, it's a plus because when I have the AC on the feet, it can actually cool the amp with these vents. So it's a pretty good spot to mount it. I mean, if you guys have room, but that's where I'm gonna mount mine. So the sub will be on this side, and then mid-range will be on that side. Mid-range and highs are gonna be on that side. Yo, what's up guys? Everything is working so far. I got the sub amp wired up. It's run all the way back there to the box. Then we got the, sorry for all this garbage, I just threw everything in the car because I'm trying to pack this shit up for right now. But it's the amp for the mid-range, and then I'll show you guys in the back. It's not done, but and then 210s. So everything has to be put back together, but it'll be all Gucci soon.